Forgive the intrusion, Your Majesty. I would have thought we'd be down at the docks wishing our compatriots a safe voyage. Or at the very least to ensure our Mistress of Evil heeds your command while away.
I've said all I need to say.
Yes. Your conversation in the hallway. Oh, I'm afraid voices do carry, Your Majesty. And, if I may be so bold to say, I myself have always had a difficult time trusting fairies. They recognize no authority outside their own kind, and will manipulate others around them to suit their own agenda.
And what is your agenda?
Why, to serve the crown, Your Grace.
Do you take me for a fool?
What, Your Majesty?
You were once the most powerful man in Agrabah, or rather, second most powerful. A position you no doubt became accustomed to, and who could blame you? A ragged urchin begging for scraps to the right hand of the Sultan is not a climb many can make. Now you wish to procure such a position for yourself here, in my council. Your obvious motives and cheap flattery will only hasten your way to the dungeons. Now get out.
As you wish, Your Grace. But if I may, do you think it wise for a ship full of villains who have already betrayed us to be left to their own devices? What is to stop them from intentionally or unintentionally alerting the Sea Witch of our plan to retrieve the cauldron?
The punishment for such treachery is the true death.
Oh, how thrilling. But what if they were simply not able to speak of it when asked? Hypnosis is rather a skill of mine. I took the liberty of encouraging those on board to forget the details of their quest when asked, so the secrecy of our plans remains as such.
My faith in your limited value has been momentarily restored.
Oh, Your Majesty is too generous with her words.
You will write to us, won't you? No, you're gonna write to me. Why would he want to write to a bridge troll like you?
Ladies, please, it's only a short voyage.
We got you a gift. Something to remember us by.
Ah,
Mother says when you come back, you'll choose which one of us to marry. It shouldn't be a hard choice. I mean, look at you.
ladies, I'd hate to come between another two sisters' love for one another. So perhaps it might be best for me if I don't marry either of you.
Not marry either of us! What Mother says!
I don't care what your mother says.
Well, we'll see what Mother says about this. This is all your fault. My fault. You ruined it with your face. You ruined it with your voice. Well, we'll see what Mother says about this. Mother!
Excuse me, sir.
What?
I'm sorry. I think you dropped this.
Thank you. It must have slipped.
These ladies are lucky to have won the affection of such a handsome man.
Ha! Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Prince Hans Westergaard of the Southern Isles.
A prince? Then that must be your ship?
Oh yes, we're embarking on a diplomatic voyage on the Queen's orders.
How exciting. Where exactly are you headed?
Why, we're... oh.
Well, I'm sure it must be very exciting, nevertheless. I've always longed to sail the seven seas with a dashing escort.
Milady, it would be my privilege for you to accompany me on this voyage. But the crew simply wouldn't allow it.
Oh, I'm sure a prince can find a way to accommodate a lady aboard his vessel.
Yes. Tell the crew you're an honored guest of the Queen, and wait in my quarters until I come for you.
Thank you, handsome. I just know this will be a voyage you'll never forget.
You there! Do be careful with those! I only packed the essentials. The furs, the jewels, the undergarments. Naughty! You must be the steward. Tell me, darling. The spa on board, is it salt water or fresh water for the steam room? Salt water is simply wretched for my... You there! Careful with those things!
Ah, me boy, you're finally here. Wasn't sure you'd be joining us. I've taken the liberty of releasing your crew. Wasn't room for all of us.
You did what?
No, lad, it's bad form to bring additional crew on board without telling the captain.
Captain?
Yes?
Wait a minute. If you're the captain, what does that make me? The first mate?
Of course not, me boy! No, you're more 13th mate. But don't you worry, we'll find something for you to do. Idle hands. Hand.
This is outrageous! Where's the witch? The one with the horns? This was not part of the deal!
Indeed it was not. What's this I hear about you not marrying one of my daughters? When I financed your voyage here, I was quite clear about the terms of my patronage. In exchange for removing the 12 obstacles in the way of ascending your Southern Isles throne, you will marry one of my daughters and make her a princess!
Madam, your description of your daughters was not entirely accurate. And you had no right to dismiss my crew.
Keep your voice down, Hans.
Hans!
Whatever. The haunt mistress you speak of is below deck right now. We don't want to disturb her now, do we?
But this isn't fair!
Ha! My dear boy! Ha! Life's not fair. Ha! In Never Land, where your dreams take flight, a shield with honor guided by what's right. But beneath the surface, a truth unseen, life's a cold, heartless, ruthless machine. A captain well-respected, now a joke of the land. You can't a man command when you're missing a hand. When the world needs something to fear, to see clear, ha! Hold my beer. Enter Hook, the villain of their dreams, and he writes the rules in his twisted schemes. He won't conform, he'll manipulate, find advantages while others hesitate. An opportunist finds a way to navigate the maze, find an opening, and then I let the fire blaze. Cause life's not fair, it's a game where the righteous suffer and the wicked rise to fame. Life's not fair on the open card where the weak are lost and the strong survive. It's a cutthroat world when the scoundrels thrive. Cause life's not fair. Honestly, Haynes.
Hans!
Gesundheit. I'm a little surprised you didn't see this coming, boy.
When the Westergars find out about this, I am a prince. You will respect my authority.
A prince may be born to privilege, but he inevitably learns. No one is going to respect you until you make them respect you. In a world of glass slippers and enchanting dreams, you live happy ever after, or so it may seem. I followed every rule so carefully, but the world said that's not how it's going to be. A happy marriage over, now a widow and broke. From a mansion in the country to society's joke. A woman in a man's world must survive, so I wrote my own rules and thrived. Now they call me cruel and heartless, a woman of spite. But no one saw the battles that I had to fight, cause in a world where weakness is a deadly sin, I learned to rig the game so I'd always win. Every move I made was a grand illusion, dance of deception, truth and seclusion. No longer charmed by a tender thrill, now I forge ahead with an iron will.
Life's not fair on the open side where the weak are lost
and the wealthy thrive.
It's a cutthroat world when the strong survive, cause life's not fair.
There was once a time I would chart my course with honor as my guide. But in the unforgiving tide, I learned the weak are all denied.
They may call us names,
but we won't be blamed for the truth we have and hold.
Cause fortune only favors the bold.
Life's not fair for the weak of heart.
Where the virtuous will get torn apart.
All us wicked will play the part. Cause life's not fair.
carefully rehearsed plans. And the strong survive. 'Cause life's not fair.
I'm so glad we were able to straighten things out. Do enjoy your voyage.
Head over to our new store with all new Vilões merchandise, t-shirts, sweatshirts, posters, water bottles, and more. Just follow the link in the description below.
Did you know that the Villains Lair is fully funded by our patrons? That's right. So if you'd like to help create the next episode and pick up some perks, head on over to Patreon where you can become a member for as little as $3.